Lori Morris, how do you do? Pleasure. Come here, Mrs. Roman.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good, please have a seat. And how are you today?
A little bit nervous.
I don't want you to be nervous.
Yeah.
You're gonna go and be nervous?
Don't
There.
be nervous, just be yourself, okay?
All right, so what we're gonna do this morning, is both Lori and I would like to take a moment, first of all, to thank you for coming in. And we'd like to find out some information about you so we can make a determination whether or not you're best suited for the position you're applying for. So consider this like your commercial. You're trying to tell us about yourself and all the good things and all your learning experiences and how it relates to the position you mentioned as you wanted to become an airport agent. So take as much time as you need. We're all ears, we're gonna listen. So go ahead.
My name is Jie Choi, and I'm from Korea. I'm a university student, and my major is tourism. And I'm here to apply for airport agent of Air Canada, and I have 1 month of experience in customer service from working at McDonald's as a cashier, and I learned and practiced how to satisfy customers from my school.
That's
Okay,
it?
That's it? That's all?
And
Okay, relax. I know you're nervous. Okay, we're gonna help you a little bit. You mentioned you want to apply for this position. You said you had some experience in customer service. Give me some examples of the customer service experiences you've had. Now, you mentioned you learned some at school, sometime you learned it somewhere else. That's what we want to hear about.
I learned how to provide good service to customers and how to work with others. And I work with kitchen team and delivery team and my managers, so I learned how to work with others well. And I learned how to solving a problem. For example, when customer complains, I have to listen and understand and figure out how can I help them.
Okay? So give me an example of one of these experiences you mentioned. You said that you were going to listen, they complained. Okay, so that was the issue. So now that you understood the issue, how did you resolve it or how did you fix it? What did you do?
I faced with customers,
Mhm.
and sometimes customer complain because of the food.
Okay, what about the food? Was it the taste, was it looked at, the presentation? What was wrong with the food? So I'm gonna be asking you the
Yes.
questions, so I need to get a big picture of what really happened.
One customer about green color tomatoes.
Okay?
She was angry and complained. So I apologized and then told my manager it happened and I could change it for her as a new burger.
Okay. So she didn't like, you said.
Green tomato.
Green tomatoes.
Yes.
She wanted red.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm understanding, right? So you went to your manager and said, I've got a customer here. She ordered a McDonald's burger
Yes.
and it came with green tomatoes. And I'd like to, what I think, and what I want to do is I want to take it back and give her one with red
Mhm.
tomatoes. Is that what you did? Is that what
Yes.
you went to your manager?
Yes, she already ate some, but she realized after, and then it was kitchen team's fault. I was supposed to apologize and solve the problem.
Okay, and how did you feel about apologizing for something that wasn't your fault?
It wasn't bad because of we have to work with other team and we can help each other.
Okay, so you helped her. Now give us another example. So you've had this one example of green tomatoes. Give us another example.
At the lunchtime, store is very busy. Sometimes customers for the Coke or didn't clean up and left it. I was supposed to check the counter and then clean the store. So it was busy, but I could
Clean the store versus
clean.
Coke. So they poured, was it a self-serve pop machine?
So pardon?
You said Coke. Did the customer pour their own Coke, or does the machine do it?
Customer is like on the desk, their desk.
I see, so you cleaned up, okay. Give me another example.
And then in Korea we have delivery system.
Delivery.
Delivery, yes.
Okay.
So sometimes delivery team forgot and they don't bring the products, and customer called to us, and then we apologize and pack again, and then we could go one more time.
Okay. So if I ask you, what is the most important thing from a customer service perspective, what would you say that is?
First, we have to listen
Okay.
and figure out what they want to do and what made they angry. And then we have to figure out with our teams and give a solution.
Okay. But not all customer service experience is bad. There's got to be some good customer service. When somebody says, "Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, the food was delicious." So that's part of it too, is being recognized for providing that service. So customer service is not all one-sided, even though that we do find solutions. Even the solution in a good experience, sharing that with your team. Look, the food came out hot, the food came out presentable, the sauce in the McDonald's was nice, the presentation was good.
Yeah.
So you go back and tell the people in the kitchen, "Hey, job well done, thank you. You made me look good."
Yes.
Isn't that part of customer service? It's feedback. You know, listening to the needs of the customer is one thing. Sharing the good and the bad. So when I had the bad example about the tomato, you should have gone back to the kitchen and say, "Hey, are all the tomatoes today green? So if it is, I'll have to tell the people out in front so we don't keep getting people coming by." Okay. So tell me what you know about Air Canada. You mentioned you wanted to work for us, so what do you know about Air Canada?
Air Canada is the largest full service system, and I wanna give for customers good system, so I picked. And Air Canada is Canada's one of motto is safety for customers. I was impressed, so I applied for Air Canada.
Okay, so when you mentioned you got the best systems, what systems are you referring to?
Some airlines don't provide like food or blanket, but blanket.
Blanket, yes.
Blanket.
Okay.
But we do all of them. What the
Okay.
customer. Yeah.
So now you're confusing me. You mentioned you want to be an airport agent. And what you're describing are things that happen in the air, in the airplane. So one is an airline stewardess and one is on the ground as an airport agent, where you are the first person they meet and they say, "Hey, I'm looking to get a flight to Chicago, or I'm looking to go to a flight to Korea. Help me." That's one. The other one is about getting the blankets and the food and all that other stuff when you're already flying.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which position you're applying for.
I wanna apply for ground host.
Okay.
Is this at the ticket counter, or is this someone in between the ticket counter and the boarding gate?
Boring it, like make up the lines and
That's security.
No, hold on. No, say it again. You said make up the lines. What do you mean, like, the flight is ready to board? Give me your ticket? Or are you talking about at the very front of the terminal where you walk and say, "Hey, I have a flight for today, here's my ticket," and they take and stamp and do whatever, and they, what's it called? They onboard you to the plane, like take your luggage and whatever the case. Is that it, or after? Like, we're trying to understand what you mean by agent.
I searched Air Canada's website and all ground stuff like ticketing and reservation and take a luggages called a airport agent.
Okay, so this is the front end then.
Front end, reservation agent.
The resident, okay, that's what we were trying to understand, where you were talking about it. Okay, good. So airport. So, I'm going to California next week.
Okay.
I'm flying Air Canada. I have an e-ticket. I take a cab to the airport, I walk in with my wife and our luggage, and I come and I see you standing there, right? This is the job you're talking about.
Yes.
I give you my e-ticket, and I say, Jihai?
Jihei.
Jihei? I say, Jihei, hi, my name's Lori. I'm flying to California today. Here's my e-ticket. You'll take that ticket, you'll do whatever you do, you'll take my luggage, you put the thing, the luggage thing on it,
Yes.
and you'll say, have a good flight. You give me my boarding pass and you say, have a good flight.
Yes.
That's the job you want.
Mhm.
Got it now. Got it. I am going to California next week.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so now we understand. So, I come in, and you talked about customer service, you talked about listening. And in the e-ticket process, we don't necessarily get to choose our seats. Is that correct? That may be done at the airport, not online, because I have an e-ticket, right? And I say to you, I want a bulkhead seat.
Mhm.
And you say, okay, let me try. Sorry, there are no seats available.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really disappointed, Jihei, sorry. I'm really disappointed because I get airsick. And I really need to be able to have some room and claustrophobic the whole day.
Yeah.
What do you do?
First, I would ask another customer who has already seat, but the customer can't give a seat for you. First, I apologize, and if I can find another plane, I would, but if there is no seat,
Okay, so you try to find alternative solutions?
Yeah.
Okay, so I heard not necessarily giving up seats, but trying to see if there's another flight where you could do that. What happens if there's only one flight a day? I'm making it hard for you here.
yeah, if there is no other plane, I have no choice.
Okay, fair enough, but you listen to that. Okay.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about, you mentioned you were working as a cashier. Okay. What is the most important part of becoming a cashier, in your estimation? If you had to pick in order, this is number one, this is number two, this is number three, tell me what order you would put them in.
Working in a McDonald's. McDonald's is a fast food restaurant. So actually, speed is important, one part, and provide good service is important, and then all of restaurants have a lot of complaints, so we have to listen and provide solutions.
Okay. So you mean to tell me if you did all those three things, it doesn't matter if I have any money in the cash? Don't you have to worry about being paid?
The machine has already the system,
Right.
so it wasn't hard for me, actually.
Okay, so you understood there was a point of sale system, so whatever you punched in told you how much it was, tell you how much change to give.
Yeah.
And you were always 100%.
Yeah, because I type on the computer,
Right.
the computer gave me
Oh, okay, all right. Tell me, I'm always curious, when you get hired at McDonald's,
yes.
what kind of training do they give you?
I was a cashier,
Right.
so they trained how to treat a computer in the McDonald's and remember the order on the tray, and then how to fry or ice cream, and how to tell for customer like, hello, this is McDonald's, like
So the greeting, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So they didn't teach you anything at the back, how food is prepared? Or you just,
I heard because my friends worked at kitchen,
right,
McDonald's is very clean and they use two type of gloves
Mhm.
for washing and for food. Very different. It was very clean.
Because it doesn't matter which McDonald's store you go to, they all taste the same. Doesn't matter which one you go to. And there was a McDonald's training program that was created about 20 years ago when they started to take off and make
Mhm.
millions of dollars. And it was very important that the front end understood the back end and the back end understood the front end. So it sounds like you're just learning the front end and not the back end. So I guess they're doing some changes now.
Mhm.
Was this a company store or a franchise?
Franchise.
Franchise, okay. That might be, explain the difference.
Okay. So, what questions do you have of us?
Pardon?
What questions do you have of us?
Oh, so I have two questions.
You can say 20 questions if you have time.
First, Air Canada offers a bottle of wine to their customers on the plane. I think it is some idea because wine is a special product of Canada. This way, passengers can experience Canadian products on the plane. In the future, do you have any more plans like this?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That feature is only for business class. That's not for every passenger.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in business class, yes, we continue to do that because they're paying an extra dollar to get a better service and more comfort. Plans in the future are all dependent upon customer feedback. I mean, I've been on Air Canada for 25 years, and a lot has changed based on the needs of the customer. There are costs to put the fuel in the plane, there are handling charges, there are airport tax charges, landing charges, departure charges. That's why the cost of the ticket keeps going higher and higher and higher. We can only do so much, and we need to understand what the most important things are for our customers. So in answer to your question in a roundabout way, we are always open to make the customer more comfortable and more satisfied. What that might be, I have no idea at this point.
And I have another question.
Sure.
Air Canada is renowned as a
Safest.
safest airline. Safety for passenger is one of our mottos. I was impressed. How many efforts has Air Canada done to guarantee safety? How did you build your?
Okay, there are no guarantees in safety because we train,
Yes.
we prepare,
Mhm.
but once that plane leaves the ground, there could be many things that could happen. Weather, number
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
There could be a flock of animal or the geese or birds or
Mhm.
whatever gets in the engine.
Yeah.
An engine mechanical failure. We do as much as we can from safety. That is number one. You're right.
Mhm.
It's out of our control once it goes off the ground, okay? Just so you know, the first 20 seconds that an airline takes off the ground and the 20 seconds of reaching maximum height, which means how high can they go,
Yeah.
and the last minute going down are the three most dangerous parts of flying an aircraft. So at takeoff, once you reach your maximum altitude, and at a minute and a half before you depart, those are the three most dangerous. That's why the pilots have autopilots when in the next 3 hours, 10 hours. Those are the most critical points.
Mhm.
Yes, safety we will always be measuring. And again, we can, because of the costs, sometimes we do more regular maintenance. Sometimes because we don't have a full plane, we may not be able to do the whole thing. But it doesn't mean it's not safe. Okay. Any other questions?
When can I hear back from you?
You're gonna hear from me? We'll probably still continue interviewing. We have multiple positions. And obviously, you're one of many that we're considering. And we should be back to you within a month.
Oh, thank you.
Okay? Have a great day.
Thank you for your
Bye
time.
for now.
Thank you.
Hold on, I gotta say goodbye properly. You always say goodbye, chickens, chicken.
There you
for
go.
opportunity.
Good, thank you so much.